Welcome to Commander Tilt. My name is Clark. Just a little bit about my channel. I do custom Commander gameplay videos, as well as, this series is the Rush gameplay video. This is the finals. I have played, 15 or 16 games to get to this point, and now we're going to see who's going to win the final trophy as the best Rush deck that I have created. Rush is a 30-card format, as described in this Reddit post that I will post in the link below. The two decks that we're going head-to-head today are the Mono White deck and the Selesnya deck. The Mono White deck is all about life gain. I put lifelink on virtually every card in there, or just ways to kind of make and create life. Healer's Hawk is kind of the MVP of that deck. And then the Selesnya deck is a combo deck, and if you've watched my previous videos, you know the Selesnya deck actually started as a 60-card, just like a kitchen table casual deck. I discovered this combo all on my own. Now, other people might have discovered it as well, but I just thought it was such a cool combo that I accidentally stumbled into that I would just create a deck around it. So that's why I've just always had like a special place in my heart for this one particular combo. I don't play a lot of combo decks. I don't really like combo that much, but just this one I discovered on my own, so I went ahead and created this deck around this combo of gaining infinite life. So I hope you appreciate the combat that's about to happen, and may the best deck win. I'm going to roll to see who goes first, and it looks like the Mono White deck's going to go first. White will put down a Plains, and then we'll go ahead and tap the Plains and put down an Anointed Chorister and pass the turn. Selesnya puts down an Ancient Ziggurat and plays a Soul Warden, and then passes the turn. Mono White will untap and draw. We'll put down a Plains, and then we'll tap 2 mana for a Mesa Unicorn. Moving to combat, we'll swing with the Anointed Chorister, and we hit for 1 damage, but with lifelink, the white deck gains a life. Passing the turn, Selesnya will untap. Selesnya plays his second and only 2 Ancient Ziggurats in the deck, and then passes with no plays. Mono White will untap and take its draw. Mono White will play a Healer's Hawk, and then a second Healer's Hawk. Selesnya gains 2 life off of that, and then Mono White will play Light of Hope, putting +1/+1 counters on one of the creatures. Moving to combat, we'll swing with the 2 creatures that don't have Summoning Sickness, and that's an 8-point life swing. Mono White passes the turn. Selesnya will put down a Forest, and then tapping 2 mana, we're going to play Essence Warden and Llanowar Elves, which gains us a life and then 2 life. Mono White will untap. Mono White's going to tap 2 mana for a Sungrace Pegasus. Selesnya gains a life off of that. And then moving to combat, we're going to swing with all of our available creatures. That is a 12-point life swing. And Mono White passes the turn. Selesnya will untap. Selesnya will put down a Boulder Loft Pathway. Then we'll tap 2 mana for a Selesnya Signet. And then we'll tap the 2 Ancient Ziggurats, and then the other 2 mana sources for a Felidar Guardian. That blinks the Llanowar Elves and will gain a life. And then we'll go ahead and pass the turn. Mono White will untap. Mono White will put down a Plains, and then we'll tap a single mana for Gird for Battle. Moving to combat, we're going to swing with all of our creatures. Now, I make a mistake here as the Selesnya deck. I played this entire game thinking the Mesa Unicorn was a flyer. I thought I couldn't block it. Selesnya will choose to block the Anointed Chorister with the Essence Warden, but then the flyers and whatnot is enough to cause lethal damage, and White wins the first round. Selesnya will go first with the Forest, and then tapping the Forest will play an Essence Warden and pass. Mono White will put down a Plains with no 1-drops, pass the turn. Selesnya will put down an Ancient Ziggurat, and then we'll tap the Ziggurat for a Birds of Paradise, which gains us a life off the Essence Warden trigger, and we'll pass the turn. Mono White will put down a Plains, and then pass with no 2-drops either. Selesnya will miss its land drop here, but we'll spend 2 mana on a Suture Priest, and then we'll tap the Birds of Paradise for an Avacyn's Pilgrim. We gain a life off of both of those creatures entering, and we'll pass the turn. Mono White will put down its 3rd Plains, and then tapping 3 mana, we're going to play Healer's Hawk. We lose a life from the Suture Priest trigger, and then the other 2 mana we'll spend on a Mesa Unicorn. We lose another life from the Suture Priest. Selesnya will untap. Selesnya is going to tap all of its mana for a Felidar Guardian. And at this point, I gain 2 life. And then we'll blink the Birds of Paradise and gain 2 more life from that bird entering. But I think I forgot to put that on my phone. And then we'll play a land for turn, and tapping 2 mana, we'll put down a Priest of Titania. Oh, there we go. I do add 2 life from the Priest of Titania entering the battlefield. And then we'll pass the turn. Priest of Titania taps for elves. Taps for a green mana for each elf on the battlefield. Mono White will play Path to Exile and blow up the Felidar Guardian. And then the Selesnya deck gets a Plains on the battlefield tapped for the Path trigger. Mono White will play a Healer's Hawk, and I accidentally gain a life instead of losing a life from the Suture Priest trigger there. And then Mono White will play an Anointed Chorister, and again, accidentally gain a life. Moving to combat, we'll swing with the 2 Healer's Hawks, the Healer's Hawk and the Mesa Pegasus, and Selesnya chooses not to block. I sped up the untap step there. Selesnya will tap the Priestess of Titania, which taps for 2 green mana, and then 2 more additional mana to play a Restoration Angel. I'll blink I'll gain the life first, and then I'll blink the Priest of Titania, which gains 2 more life. And now I'm able to tap the Priest of Titania for 2 more mana, and then I tap all my mana dorks and all my land for a Wisp-Weaver Angel, which gains me 2 more life. The Wisp-Weaver Angel can blink any creature, and it'll blink the Restoration Angel. But this doesn't combo because Restoration Angel won't blink another angel, so I have to blink the Avacyn's Pilgrim instead, and then I tap the Avacyn's Pilgrim for a single white for a Johnny's Welcome. Now that's a misplay. I probably should have played a Johnny's Welcome at the beginning instead of the end, but it doesn't matter. I'll play my land, which is a forest, and pass the turn. Mono White will tap 2 white mana for a Suture Priest. Now, if I'd have had some more Suture Priests, I would have been able to stop the combo, but not, 1 isn't enough to stop the combo. I'll play Gird for battle, pumping my creatures, and then pass the turn. Selesnya will untap and play an Ancient Ziggurat, and then we'll tap the Ancient Ziggurat for a Soul Warden. I'm gaining 3 life for each creature that hits the battlefield at this point. We'll play a Wood Elves and gain life off of that. And then we'll play a Selesnya Signet as well. And Selesnya will have to pass the turn. Mono White will untap. Mono White's going to play a Plains. And then tapping the Plains, we're going to play Light of Hope. And we're going to choose to pump the Healer's Hawk to a 3/3. We'll play Felidar Guardian, and there's the combo. Selesnya goes to infinite life, and with that, Selesnya wins the second battle. The third battle, I'll go ahead and roll, and Selesnya wins the roll, so Selesnya gets to go first. We'll play a Branch Loft Pathway and a Birds of Paradise for our first play. Mono White will play a Plains, and then a Healer's Hawk, and pass the turn. Selesnya will put down an Ancient Ziggurat, and then tapping the Ziggurat, we'll play an Essence Warden, and we'll then go ahead and tap the Branch Loft Pathway and play an Elvish Mystic, and we'll gain a life from the Essence Warden trigger there, and pass the turn. Mono White will put down a Plains, and then tapping 2 mana, we'll play a Mesa Unicorn. I remember the Essence Ward and trigger and gain life, but then I'll move into combat. I'll swing with the Healer's Hawk, and that's a 2-point life swing. Selesnya will put down a Plains, and then tapping the two mana, play a Selesnya Signet, and pass the turn. Mono White will put down a Plains, and then tapping a single mana, we're going to play Gird for Battle, pumping the Healer's Hawk to a 2/2. Moving to combat, we're going to swing with both of our creatures. Oh, I forgot the Mesa Unicorn got pumped too. And Selesnya chooses not to block, so that's a 5-point life swing. I'm sorry, 5 points down, 5 points up, that's 10-point life swing. Selesnya will tap 4 mana for a Felidar Guardian, which gains a single life. And then we choose to blink the Birds of Paradise, which should have gained another life there. I think I missed it. But Path to Exile is cast by the Mono White deck, blowing up the Felidar Guardian, and we gain a tapped land. The Selesnya deck will play a Suture Priest. We'll gain a life off of that. And then we'll tap the Wood Elves and play a Llanowar Elves, and we should gain 2 life off of that. And with that, Selesnya will pass the turn. Mono White will play a Plains, and then tapping 4 mana, we're going to play Seraph of the Dawn. We will then move to combat and swing with our 2 flying creatures. Our 2 creatures, and again, a 10-point life swing. Selesnya will untap. Selesnya will take its draw. And then tapping 6 mana, Selesnya is going to play Restoration Angel. Restoration Angel gains us 2 life. And we'll blink the Birds of Paradise, which should gain us 2 more life. And then we're going to tap 2 green mana for Priest of Titania, which should gain us 2 more life. Next, we'll tap the Birds of Paradise for an Ajani's Welcome, and pass the turn. Again, I should have played that Ajani's Welcome at the start of the turn before all that blinking shenanigans. Mono White will play a Plains, and then tapping a single Plains, we're going to play Brave the Elements. We're going to give all of our creatures protection from white. Move into combat. Oh, before combat, we're going to spend 4 mana for another Seraph of the Dawn. And then move into combat, we'll swing with all 3 of our protection from white creatures. So there's no blocks allowed, and 7 damage gets through. All of it has lifelink. Selesnya will untap, and then Selesnya will pay 4 mana for a Felidar Guardian. And with that, the combo goes off, and Selesnya will go to infinite life. And with that, Selesnya also has won the final tournament. Selesnya is the overall victor in the first Rush Tilt tournament and has secured the throne as the best Rush deck I have ever produced. There you have it. I finally finished, and the Selesnya combo deck comes out on top. Honestly, I wasn't super surprised at this outcome. I have played that Selesnya combo deck many times, and it's a really, really good deck. I had previously decided if Selesnya combo gets to infinite life, then the other deck will always just secede, will just give up, because there's no chance of defeating a deck with infinite life. There's no such thing as mill in the Rush comp format, because you just can't get milled out. It's virtually impossible. And there's just no way to do enough damage with the infinite life deck. Not to mention if I were to play it out and just go to the end instead of just folding, the combo deck always has a big angel on its board, or usually at least has a big angel on its board, so it can just smack for 3 or 4 damage every turn until it secures its victory. So one of the things you will notice, I did change that mono white deck a little bit from the last version to this version. I decided to go ahead and add Path to Exile because I knew I was going against a combo deck, and exiling or getting rid of those combo pieces would be really important. And the mono white deck had some anti-attack spells like Pollen Remedy. If you attack me, I just gain life. And I just didn't think that would be very useful against the the Selesnya deck, which the Selesnya deck never attacks. Like that's just not part of its win condition. It doesn't even try to attack ever. So that's when I'm playing that deck. That's why sometimes I may make quote mistakes. You know, because sometimes I'll have overwhelming flying presence and I still won't attack because I play that deck going for the combo period. Well, I sure hope you've appreciated this series that I put together, and after this, I will be posting more videos. I'm not 100% decided what I'm going to do next, but I hope you will continue to watch my channel, and thank you so much for watching. I think this has been a great, fun series, and it's certainly been informative to me on deck building and how the Rush format can be really fun. You have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. I do have a Patreon page, and I would love it if you would visit my page and take a look at the rewards that are available. It would help me out a lot. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you hear about my latest videos. Have a great day.